Everybody. I hope you're having a great week. So, we have been learning about the 5 C's of marketing for situational analysis. In my earlier videos, I have done a walkthrough of the 5 C's of marketing. Then I have covered the first C, which is customer, second C, company, and we were in third C, analysis, which is competitors. So, for analyzing the competitive landscape or the industrial analysis, the framework which you can leverage is the Porter's Five Forces framework. As Porter's Five Forces framework is an outside-in framework and needs some practice and expertise to do the application correctly and thoroughly. So because of that, what I did in my earlier video, I gave a brief walkthrough and split of the application of this framework in 3 concrete steps. So looking at these 5 forces individually, looking at these 5 forces in an integrated manner, and finally evaluating the dynamicity of the environment, which could lead to any changes or any variability in your analysis based on Porter's 5 forces framework. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through an example of an industry and apply this framework as I discussed yesterday in 3 steps. So let's look into it. What is the market we are looking at today? The market what we will analyze is the product management job market. Following from the application, what we discussed in my earlier video, of in 3 steps, like looking at the 5 forces individually, looking at the 5 forces in an integrated manner, and finally evaluating the dynamic factors which could lead to variability in the result derived from the Porter's 5 forces framework. So let's dive into the first step, looking at the 5 forces individually. What's the first force? It's the threat of new entrants. Product management job requires skills like market analysis, communication skills, as well as some technical proficiency. So these are special skills, but the proliferation of courses and training and education available in the market today is lowering the barrier to entry for new product managers in this market. As a result, we can say that the threat of new entrants in this market is somewhere between moderate to high. The second force is bargaining power of suppliers. So the suppliers in this market are the candidate product managers who are applying for the jobs. Now, what is their bargaining power? So it depends on where you are in your career and what kind of skill sets you have. If you are an experienced product manager with number of years of experience and skills, you would have a high bargaining power. You can negotiate a high compensation and a good set of benefits. But again, if you are a junior product manager or a non-product manager trying to get an opportunity in this market, you would have a relatively lower bargaining power. So balancing both of them, we can say that it's a kind of moderate bargaining power of suppliers in this market. What is the bargaining power of buyers? So the same way as the bargaining power of suppliers applies to the bargaining power of buyers as well. If the buyers or the employers want to hire a highly skilled candidate, they would be having a lower bargaining power because so many organizations want to hire these candidates. On the contrary, if they're hiring the junior product managers or somebody with fewer number of years of experience in product management, they can enjoy a higher bargaining power. So again, balancing both of them, we can say that it's a moderate bargaining power of buyers market. What is the threat of substitutes? So product management job has some overlap with product marketer job, with business analyst, as well as some customer facing software engineering job roles. But to perform at the level of an experienced product manager, these candidates would take some time. As a result, we can say that the threat of substitutes could be somewhere between low to moderate. Final force is competitive rivalry. Product management job has become one of the most sought jobs in the market because of the growth opportunity it provides, because of the great compensation it has, as well as the extra set of benefits which comes with it, like traveling and going to conferences, getting visibility and exposure to executive positions. So there are some attractive benefits to this job, and as a result, a lot of candidates are seeking an opportunity in this market. Even some highly successful career professionals are looking to pivot in a product management job role. So from candidate perspective, there is a lot of competition, and everybody's trying to differentiate themselves. Everybody's trying to acquire all the skills for a successful product management role. Similarly, the organizations who want product managers to drive their business strategy, to drive their business growth with their products, they are seeking highly experienced and highly skilled product managers and would offer very competitive pricing for hiring these product managers. So candidates have a lot of leverage if they have the right set of skills in this market. And again, following from our bargaining part, they have a lot of bargaining power, and this industry can really be competitive in offering compensation, in offering benefits. So again, the competitive rivalry, we can see that it's big, high in this market. Now, as we have already analyzed the five forces independently, let's look at them together. So before we go and decide what's the integrated impact of these five forces, let's identify what's the weakest or the pivotal force. The weakest force in product management job market is competitive rivalry. There is so much of competition. So if you're a product manager looking to get an opportunity in this job market, you should be highly skilled and you should have the will to continuously upskill yourself, continuously learn and grow yourself. Because otherwise, it's going to be hard to sustain and have growth in this market. It's the highly competitive market. So that is one thing you must keep in mind if you're trying to launch yourself as a product manager in this market. Second is, what are the complements in this market, or the sixth force of the Porter's five forces? Complements are the market research firms and the user research firms, which help product managers focus on their business growth by giving them market insights. Training and education providers, which provide templates and frameworks to quickly do exercises related to product management, as well as some professional groups or events where product managers come together and learn from each other and share experiences. So complements in this market work in a collaborative manner and makes the product management job even stronger than what it is. So as I said, while talking about the weakest or pivotal force, if you are a product manager willing to or aspiring to launch yourself in this product management job market, you should skill yourself and you should be willing to keep skilling yourself. Because if you can do that, even with the high competition prevailing in this market, you can enjoy good compensation and growth in this market. Finally, looking at the dynamic factors which exist in this market, let's look at some of the macroeconomic factors. It could be government regulations, it could be organizational hiring changes, and a lot of other things. But one thing which I want to share is some of the organizations like Stripe, Airbnb are eliminating their product management jobs. They believe a product engineer would be able to address all the product management job requirements by themselves. So they are going towards an engineering driven development. So that is one of the macroeconomic changes I wanted to share with you. Second dynamic factor which you would need to evaluate is the life cycle of the industry. So product management job is not has not existed forever. It's a relatively newer job, but within the shorter duration it has been existing, we see so many product managers already there. And I'm afraid that with time, this market is going to saturate with so many product managers, and the returns and profitability of this industry is going to come down. So that is something you must keep in mind if you are planning to launch yourself as a product manager in the PM job market. That's what I wanted to share today. I hope this example gives you more clarity on the application of Porter's five forces framework. If you have used this framework earlier, please feel free to share your experiences. Otherwise, have a good restful day and bye for now.